Welcome to Antares News, bringing you the most up-to-date information from across the galaxy. Our top story, insurrection in far space. Planets at the edge of our core systems rebel against the collective protection in this special...
Well, certainly. The warp could have potential to revolutionize space travel. But as we know, it has catastrophic side effects to organic life. Overexposure, for lack of a better word, warps the body.
All rumors of a superweapon being assembled in far space are completely false. You are secure in the hands of the Antares Collective. Your cooperation keeps your galaxy safe.
For petty larceny, vandalism, and piracy, collective peacekeepers are asking for any information on Captain Jericho Nova.
The latest and greatest from our new line of artificial intelligence. So advanced, you'd swear it's actually learning and evolving. And that's not all.
Empyrean travel. See the galaxy and expand your horizons, while learning from the best and brightest minds the known universe has to offer.
Junk work's a perfectly valid profession. We go in, we dig through the waste, we come out with something shiny someone else wants, everybody wins.
Now, I understand Zath operations scare people, but the criminal clan? Whew, that's outrageous. Your home and your wallet are perfectly safe.
Take the jump out to far space and see what adventure the edge of the galaxy has to offer. And for those taking the plunge for the first time, Godspeed, you strangers to the stars.
Greetings, space travelers, and welcome to Strangers to the Stars, coming at you bi-weekly every Thursday with this group of space disasters who can sometimes roll okay, but usually don't. I am your game master, Alex, and joining me, as always, is my lovely cast and crew of players. We have Kristen.
Hello.
We have Kylie Ann.
Bleh.
We have DB Grace.
Yellow.
We have Toonwolf.
Yo.
And we have Queen Creeps.
Excuse me, disaster, I am fucking perfect.
Uh-huh.
I hate to break it to you, but as soon as you joined IR, your disaster percentage went up by at least 60%.
Really? I thought it went down 60%.
No.
No.
Yeah, no.
No.
We're through the ceiling now.
That's not how that works. It was already through the ceiling. Has it gone to space now?
It is.
Well,
we
yes,
are in
'cause that's
fact
where we are.
in space, the height of disasters, the final
Yes.
disaster frontier.
Space, the final disaster.
So,
Chat, make sure to let us know if there are any audio issues, please.
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 Yes.
Please.
Please.
As
Sorry,
if there
just
are.
sounds like sometimes they don't tell us, and then we find out later, and then we're really sad about it.
Yeah. Now the good part is I record all my audio tracks on separate tracks, so I can fix a little bit of it. Not much, but a little bit of it.
I'm proud of you.
All right.
It's fine. Good.
Seems to be going good, so
Cool.
we good.
Thank you, chat. So, this is the first time I've ever forgotten to clear out the Roll20 chat, but it is from the previous session. Who cares? I guess you're seeing it in the stream. Anyway.
Oh, well.
Yeah. When last we left the crew of the Zephyr, and Ace, who's not technically part of the crew, we just kept traveling with them because... they had acquired the first of the pieces to the map that would lead to the superweapon known as the Deimos Star. Having gotten this and recovered their wounds from exploring a pirate cave and getting shot at by a reptilian bounty hunter, our heroes are now en route to the robotic moon of Kryon 8. So,
Oh boy.
So you're all kind of sitting down, having a quick bite to eat before you actually get to Kryon. Countess Alna von Dem, who is financing the whole expedition, is sitting down with you. She takes a sip of wine and says, "Now, before we touch down, so to speak, I think it's best we go over what we, which I suspect will be mostly I, know about the moon of Kryon 8.
I mean, you're correct. I personally don't know anything about the place, so any information would be spectacular.
Yep.
Most of what I know is on the news. I haven't had much chance to visit it myself. Cryon 8 is one of the premier steel and other metal manufacturing worlds in far space. I would wager to say that at least half, if not far more than that, of every single bit of metal or machinery comes from somewhere in Cryon.
I see.
And
Just
the reason...
that one planet, really?
Well, one moon, technically, but yes.
It's a lot of metal.
That it is. The reason, apparently, it is so efficient is because it is run entirely by one supercomputer, the Temporary Planet Examination Computer, known colloquially as TPEC.
What?
The Temporary Planet Examination Computer, otherwise known as TPEC.
Oh, I thought you said Tupac.
Aaron, pop culture goes straight over my head.
Beautiful.
Alright, so the whole place is run by a supercomputer, and is it just the supercomputer, or is there anyone else on the moon?
There are, well, from every report I've gathered, both Antares Collective and otherwise, there is no other biological life on the moon of Cryon 8. That there are visitors, of course. Obviously, people would have to pick up and deliver things to the moon. But usually, it is not suitable for extended periods of habitation by organic life.
I see. So, no food or water or anything like that?
None that is readily available.
I guess we're packing space Gatorade.
Yeah, I'm just like, get the Gatorade.
I guess you're packing space Gatorade.
You know, I told you I told you that space Gatorade was gonna work out. I told you that it was an important purchase, and you didn't believe me, but I was right.
Yes. Continue to rub it in, why don't you?
Sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean to.
But Captain, you intended to.
Compass! Okay, anyway. So, alright, so I guess the question would be where we're gonna find our, next piece of the map, then.
That is a very good question. Just from looking at pictures of the planet, it seems like a mess of fire and junk, and if anyone would know how to navigate it, it would be the machinery that's already there. I would suggest
Junk,
asking around and being polite. Yes, junk.
Nice. Here we go, lads. Let's navigate this shit.
Chance, you were just cracking your knuckles immediately.
You said to be polite, so I think that means maybe don't grab anything that isn't bolted down the second we get on the moon.
Cool, so anything not bolted down is fair game. Got it.
No. Don't.
But what if it's useful?
We ask first, at least.
Fine.
Okay, so I guess we ask around and see if... God, what would we even be looking for? An energy signature? Like, I guess the question would be what to even ask. Because last time we had to search for the place with, sentries, but
beacons.
Beacons. I would imagine that wouldn't work here.
Unlikely. Marilia has a lot less interference than a planet run entirely with computer wiring does.
So I guess what we're looking for would be, hey, don't suppose anyone's found a cool shiny thing that glows any time recently?
Or an ancient temple.
Or an ancient temple. Or perhaps something that kind of looks like a disco ball that might consider some crazy man with a spear to kill you. It's a good lead-in, I think. It'll work really well.
Actually, on that regard, I got a question.
Yes?
I don't suppose the residents on this place are very warming to outsiders.
Well, it all depends on what one considers warmth to outsiders from the perspective of a machine.
Well, would they be hostile?
I would consider that to be unlikely, unless you're doing a full-scale invasion. After all, they are conducting business throughout most of Farspace. It would be rather inconvenient for them to shoot anyone that tries to land if they wanted to keep shipping steel out across the galaxy.
No, that's all I wanted to know. We're not going to be shot on set or anything. That's fine. Just gotta not provoke them.
Indeed.
I mean, I think we can manage to not provoke a whole not planet full of robots, assuming somebody doesn't grab everything that isn't bolted down.
The Ace's eyebrow just goes all the way up upon hearing that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know exactly what we're talking about, Chance.
Shut it! Alright, so we go on, say that we're buyers or something like that, and I guess... I guess we could just pose as buyers and say we're looking for, God, I'm just trying to figure out how we'd pitch this, is the thing. Like...
Well, depending on if our host would be okay with this, we could always go in legitimately looking for parts to repair some of the things on our ship and use that as our way in.
I was about to suggest the same thing. Thank you, Rez.
We killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
Well, that's true. The ship's fine. It's doing fine. The Zephyr's doing fine. No, we could actually...
Captain.
It's doing fine.
Do I need to explain the details of what's wrong with this ship?
No, that's fine. That's fine. We'll just look for some repairs, and while we're there, I guess we'll ask if anyone's seen anything shiny.
We could give it a polish at least.
A little more than a polish, in my humble opinion.
If we started listing all the things that the ship needs, we'd be here.
Well,
forever.
Captain, I'm not saying we should list all of the problems with the ship. I'm just saying that it might be intuitive to have some of the more major ones noted down, and if the Countess would be willing to help sponsor some of the money for this plan, we could be able to get in there without drawing suspicion of just looking for the metal and not actually purchasing anything.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
Assuming that they're willing to put up with us for long enough, then I should hope that would work.
Alright, well, works for me. If anyone else has any other ideas, I'm open to hear them, but that seems like a good plan.
Works for me.
Alright.
I think this is a good idea.
Oh yes, one more thing I almost forgot. You do still have the pipe robot, or at least the pieces of it, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yes, correct.
It is entirely possible that they will ask for tribute, since it is your first time going to the planet, and that would be your best bet if you don't want to give up Compass.
Yep, that was the plan that we had when we picked it up.
Right. Yes, I'd rather not give them Compass. So, yeah, let's go with that.
I mean, we could technically just give them Compass's body and keep that head floaty
No.
thing.
No, Ace. I've already had to repair and replace so many parts on that thing. I am not replacing the entire unit.
Especially since I got some new upgrades. I would like to try out these new upgrades before getting rid of this body, at least.
I mean, you've got like an hour.
Ace,
Not
we're not
the
offering up
point,
the body.
Ace.
That's why we have the pipe robot.
We
already got the parts off that we needed.
Alright. It was a joke.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, I think we're all set. So, whenever we get to this magical robot moon.
Cool. You finish up dinner, and shortly thereafter, the Cloudburst's transport ship drops out of hyperspace above the moon of Cryon 8. Already you can tell, even from space, it is belching out, like, a lot of smog and heat.
Looks like home.
Good old smog, just like Mama used to make.
What? This.
Just kidding, I don't have a mama.
Oh. Sorry for your loss.
Nah, you're good.
All right. Well, I guess let's head on down with our dummy bot here and our not dummy bot, and go buy some parts to fix my ship.
All right.
Let's see if anyone's seen our object.
Cool. You all head over to the Zephyr, take off, start heading towards the docks of Cryon 8, from where you can tell there are a whole lot of them. And as you fly in that direction, you start getting pinged on the communicator multiple times. Like, once every second, there's a ping coming through from the exact same source.
Oh.
I guess I'll answer.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably answer the hails, yes.
All right.
That might be best.
Hello?
You pick up the communicator, and a robotic voice comes over the speaker.
Hey there, outsider. State your business.
Don't laugh, it's rude.
I'm sorry, that just threw me off so bad. That was great.
Crew of the Zephyr here on mostly business looking to repair our ship.
Oh, the Zephyr, okay? Let me just check the ship records. Not doing anything for a Zephyr. It's your first time here?
Yep.
Correct.
Aye.
Ah, well, you should probably bring along a little something to know that you're a legit buyer and seller. If you know what I mean. You can't see if I'm winking.
I heard it in your voice. I'll wink back. Wink. Does like the whole like Arrested Development like awkward wink.
See that, but I believe you.
I'm glad we can trust each other on winks. I assure you, we have brought a little something.
We look forward to seeing you. Proceed to Dock 13B. Over.
Alright. Thank you. Okay, get the butt, I guess.
All right. You descend towards Dock 13B. A series of signals directs you as to which one that is, and touch down on Cryon 8. As you start lowering the landing gear, lowering the ramp, opening the doors, immediately you're just hit by this wave of stifling heat. Like the heat that comes from 1,000 furnaces being lit all at once.
Ugh.
Just like home.
Listen, I like my warm places for my holidays, but this is doing it a bit too much, don't you think?
Well, you don't have slaves. You'll be fine. Sorry, Compass, you were saying?
Permission to say a word that life beings would say.
Yes?
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Compass, you have to come with us. No, no. You don't get to be out because
That's
we're
the spirit, Compass.
Trust me, Compass. I'm right there with you. This climate is less than ideal for both of us.
Aw, babies first, swear.
So as you're talking to yourselves, you hear the clank, clank, clank of metal shifting around, and there are a couple of humanoid robots with little, like, smiley faces welded and into their head regions, looking over you. They wave, and one of them speaks up.
Hey there, outsiders.
And
Hello?
then just stares, looking between Compass and the pieces of the pike robot.
You know, I don't think we clarified which one was the tribute.
The Pike robot. This buddy right here, Jericho.
One that I'm holding. This one.
Yeah, gotcha. So the other one, not tribute with you, correct?
No,
okay.
It's a crewmate.
Okay, gotcha. In that case...
A slot opens up in the robot's chest, and like this data stick slides out. He grabs it, holds it out.
You might want to install this in her real quick.
What's it do?
As I double check my notes.
This just sends out a signal across the planet. Lets us know that even though she's not with they're not with T-Peck. Sorry, I don't want to assume. Even though they're not with T-Peck, they are not to be harvested.
Understandable.
Sure
I will get that.
Are you sure there's no virus on that or something?
Why would we put a virus on that? What purpose would putting a virus on this do?
I mean, I don't know. It sounds a bit sketch if you ask me.
No, it makes sense. They harvest anything metal here, Ace. Installing this is the safest way to make sure Compass doesn't get harvested.
True, I guess.
All right, well, we appreciate that. Thank you very much.
If you still have doubts, Ace, you can roll Savvy.
I do, yeah.
I am offended.
No, should be fine.
No, it should be fine. It probably doesn't have a virus, but it's probably got, other functions in order to maintain that signal. You can't think of what they are, and by the time you would get close, they've already plugged in the data stick to Compass.
Oh, shit. Well, if they get hacked, don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, I mean, when in Rome, get hacked unless you have Norton antivirus, I guess.
That's old stuff.
It's the best we can afford, Ace.
You're that poor. I got it.
I'm sorry, how rich are you?
I mean, very after running that skiff race.
Well, then maybe you could pay for a better antivirus VPN for Compass.
You continue arguing about antiviruses as another series of clank, clank, clank of metallic footsteps, this one louder than before, fills the air, and you look over, and essentially walking forklifts approach the ship. They scan both Compass and the Pikebot. One of them just slides its forklift arms beneath the Pikebot, lifts it up, and starts carrying it off.
Goodbye.
And that is why I'm glad we installed the data chip on Compass.
Right.
Yeah. You know what? Let's just, we'll listen to him for now, and if there's an issue, we will deal with it as it comes up.
Sounds like a plan.
The forklifts continue to head off. The humanoid robot turns back to you.
If you want to see it through the scanning process where we appraise it and whatnot, you can. Probably your best chance to get a hold of T-Peck, since otherwise she's really busy.
Alright.
Oh.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Thank you for the information.
Alright. You wave goodbye to the welcome bots and head off after the forklift bots, which is not particularly hard. They are very slow. And as you head through, more smog and other various gases are, bursting into the air from pipes all around you. There's the clang of metal everywhere as robots and other machines carry huge cubes of metal or other dismantled robots to and fro through the sky, under your feet, and whatnot. The most notable of what you can hear is this, loud metallic roar that permeates the air sometimes, and as you look to see what could be making that sort of sound, you see the largest of the transport bots in the shape of this, giant T-Rex stomping across the moonscape, carrying, huge tons of crates full of metal parts on its back as it just goes, completely unbothered by anything going on around it.
Oh, neat!
There's a robot T-Rex.
There's a robot T-Rex! That's so cool!
For the love of God, can Ace take a picture of that?
Rex.
You take a picture of the robot T-Rex.
I immediately send it to Jack, just tagged with "Yo."
All right.
God.
So, sorry, go ahead.
I'm just distracted by the giant T-Rex. I was like, where do we get a giant space T-Rex?
Oh, I swear, humans are distracted by the simplest of things.
Oh, go on. Try fucking stealing that.
I mean,
well,
big.
Are you challenging me?
Yes. We're not gonna steal the giant T-Rex. It's just something we can dream about.
That is a very poor idea to execute.
Yeah, it would never
the T-Rex?
It would never fit in the Zephyr. We would never.
What if I build a smaller T-Rex?
I mean... Also, on the important shopping list, parts to make a tiny T-Rex.
Sarah's a good mascot.
Oh, I guess that's what my downtime's getting used for.
We're not gonna steal the I was joking.
Sure you were.
Okay. Yeah. Soon enough, you are escorted into a much cleaner looking station full of a large series of like scanners and data processing units, a couple of servers just like mounted into the walls. And along the sides, I pull up some notes real quick, are a couple of humanoid bodysuits. However, these suits lack forearm coverings, lack any sort of helmet except for this series of like wires that are attached to the wall. There are just a couple of them hanging around in the scanning center looking very out of place as the forklift robots lift up the Pikebot, put it onto a table, and start scanning it.
Huh. Ooh. Are we still being like... So we said goodbye to the welcome robots, and we're just kind of walking along with the forklift bots, right?
Yes.
I'm just trying to figure out who I can ask for. Hello, I am new here and would like context.
You can in fact say that to the forklift robots if you want to.
Context, please.
Hey, buddy, Jericho says to the forklift bot.
The forklift bot is quiet.
Mind telling me about your how you doing today?
The scan continues going. The forklift bot is silent, and then you hear,
I did not install a voice modulator on that one.
Oh. Turns to voice, I guess.
There's a series of speakers that you just now notice installed throughout the scanning station. And you don't really see where the voice came from. It's just, kind of everywhere in there.
So... T-Peck, I assume. Or would that be rude to assume?
I noticed that you continue glancing around for something to look to. Would it be convenient for you to have that something?
I mean, I do usually prefer to speak face-to-face. I don't know if that's rude.
I can provide something akin to effects for you, yes.
And then there's this sound of, like, power going to the building, lights flicker, and this holographic body appears inside one of the body suits on the wall as it disconnects from the wall and shows this, the holographic/suited body of a pretty well-figured woman. Except all of her skin is pure hologram, and she's got, like, angelic wings, also made of hologram, coming out of her back, as she walks straight past all of you, and goes to pick up pieces of the Pike robot and examine them. You're pretty sure that you have found T-Peck.
Oh, whoa!
Yo! Oh.
So... the first thing that Ace says is just like, now why did you do that? You're just gonna distract her now, pointing to Jerry.
Excuse me.
Rez starts sweating nervously.
What? No. What? No. What? No.
Who drew this one?
No.
Only minorly.
How does one have a body like that? That looks extremely useful.
This is more a matter of convenience than anything. It is less a body and more of something I put together in a hurry because people complained about talking to a speaker.
And you chose green as the color.
Yes.
It's a good color.
I mean, I prefer blue, but whatever anyone wants.
Hey, not everyone needs blue. Wait.
It's not all about you now, is it, Ace?
Stop insulting the robot lady, okay?
Alright, yeah, I'm sorry. Let's try this again, lady. I'm Ace. It's nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you.
He continues, examining the pike robot before finally speaking up.
I cannot help but notice that much of the waterproofing material has been stripped of this machine.
Yeah, we had to perform some repairs on our own robot here.
And she'll gesture over to Compass.
So we've been dealing with a couple planets that have had a lot more humidity and weathering than we normally anticipate with our robot compatriot.
T-Peck turns over to Compass and just stares. There is no emotion on her face, but she is deadlocked on Compass.
Compass is just looking straight back at her, just not saying a word, not moving.
What a fascinating specimen. Experimental, I can only assume.
Correct.
Yeah, top of the line navigation system, and also my best friend.
I shall see if I can reproduce it in the coming weeks.
Did you put a patent on Compass?
Alright, well, I was told that you were the person to ask if we're, looking into any parts of our own.
Yes.
She sounds a little bit bored at the remark.
Well, we're looking for some parts to repair our ship.
What state is your ship in?
Run down.
Flying!
Limping.
Can I kind of show, put up a hologram of the Zephyr from my head?
You can indeed do that.
So yeah, I would say just like a hologram. The lights on my quote-unquote head light up, and I show a hologram.
This is the Zephyr. This is the ship that we ride on, and the ship that I am the artificial intelligence for.
Use a Terran expression. How on earth is that thing still flying?
That would be because of me. I like the ship, and it's a personal project at this point.
And you're very good at what you do.
Yeah. At least I hope so. It might not be up to the standards that you are able to do, but I try.
It has not had a proper upgrade in over 5 years.
You mentioned you like this particular ship. Am I assuming I heard this correctly?
Yeah.
The repairs will be rather difficult, because otherwise I would have to borrow another Terran expression. Ship of Theseus the entire thing.
Yeah, which is a nice moral dilemma. I don't know what the captain would think about that, though. It is her ship, technically.
No, I just want this thing still flying. That's what I want.
So flying is a technicality.
Well, is there a way to fix it as much as one is capable of fixing it? I guess would be my question.
Well, Captain, that would come to, as she mentioned, the moral dilemma of the Terran ship of Theseus, where she could help us get the parts to replace almost everything in the ship, but it wouldn't necessarily still be the same ship in the end. But it would.
It would also not be cheap. This tends to turn off some people.
No, yeah.
I mean, we've recently come upon an investor of sorts, so I think we can probably manage it if you're willing to discuss business.
That's all anyone who comes to Cryon. Anyone, yeah, that is, wishes to discuss.
I mean, are there other things you want to discuss?
Okay, it tends to make very boring conversation partners. There are a few topics that I have not heard of.
I mean, I might be able to find some.
Is it perhaps possible for us to pay off any of the payment through work?
I beg your pardon.
I think Compass here is asking if you need any help, if there's anything we can do to help you out.
The work environment on Cryon 8 has been pumped to maximum production efficiency. Unfortunately, in doing so, it has become a very stressful environment for organics. I believe heat stress, heat stroke, and organ failure have been reported as potential threats to organic work on this planet. If these are non-issues for you, I am sure I can work something.
No, I think it'll be passing there.
Yeah, I don't think that's really an option.
I'm good, thanks. I like organs.
Stupid organs.
Well, I mean,
help.
we have the money, so that's not really a concern here. Well, since we're here to discuss business, and since apparently you don't feel too confident in our ability to offer much else, I guess I could ask, so you mostly do work around here, right? And you just take in robots and parts as they come in and put out parts, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Well, has anything interesting come through lately? Anything different?
But I have what you would consider a hobby. The moon of Cryon, which we are currently standing, was a burial ground for machinery and machine life forms that predate the coming of the Antares Collective. Studying their function is a curiosity for me.
Huh, that's interesting. I've got some friends here who would probably find that equally interesting, actually.
Indeed.
I don't suppose you might have the time to perhaps share with some enthusiasts, because Jericho looks over at Rez. I think I know someone who might be able to share in conversation on the topic.
Yes, I can share on the topic of lots of different things robotic and not organic.
Do you have a data pad with 512 terabytes of free space? That would be the most efficient method of doing what I've learned. So there is no overlap of what I know.
Rez opens up her data pad, looks at the amount of storage, deletes a bunch of apps.
yeah, I've totally got the space for that much.
You can get rid of the flashlight app. It's fine. You don't need it.
No, I didn't have to delete any apps. I've always had that much space open.
Oh my god.
You realize, as the supercomputer that runs this moon, I can pick up data transfer all across it.
Oh.
In layman's terms, you are connected to my Wi-Fi network.
I see.
It's very polite of you to offer Wi-Fi and not force us to use space data. Very kind of you.
Space data is inefficient.
You're so right.
Well, regardless to how the space got there, I have the space available on my data tablet.
Your space airdropped this huge text file.
Yes.
Ooh.
Well, good luck with that.
Well, that should keep her busy for a while.
All the information.
It's not particularly easy to digest, and it is millions of pages.
Yes.
My estimate guess is that this would suffice for roughly about 23 years.
Is that how long you've been looking into this?
I have been looking into this for longer than 3 years. This is the catalog of useful, non-duplicate information.
I see.
Right.
Alright, well, since we're here, I do have a question for you. Since you said that there have been basically a graveyard of parts and things like that. You wouldn't happen to have seen anything. It would be like, rough, little, probably a ball or a cube or some sort of shape, relatively glowy, gives off a crazy energy signature.
Are you looking for a hood ornament for the ship we are to replace?
A little more than a hood ornament.
A little more than a hood ornament. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A dashboard ornament for the ship we are to replace.
Compass, could you pull up a hologram of the last piece we found?
I put up a hologram of the last piece we found.
Something like this.
T-Peck goes to stare at it.
Piece, you say?
Correct.
Piece of what?
A puzzle that we're working on.
I have very little patience for being cryptic. A piece of what?
A map.
You have 5 seconds to tell me a map to what before I grow bored of this conversation and of you.
Okay. We're looking into something called the Deimos Star, and this is supposedly a map to it.
She is quiet for a few seconds.
I have all known files about the Deimos, so processing now.
She's also good. Space Wikipedia.
Space Wikipedia is inefficient. The fact that anyone can edit it means that information can be deleted by some idiot with a keyboard.
Correct.
Yeah, we've been running into that one.
I've been trying to do better with my research so we don't have those problems as much as before.
Yeah. So you've looked up things on the Deimos Star, then.
Considering the information available on it and the information that you have given, the chances of such a device being on this moon are substantial enough to warrant investigation. However, given that this news has not crossed my ears before, that would mean it has escaped notice until now, which would make the surface area in which it could be impossibly large.
Ah. Great, love that.
Impossibly large for organics.
Oh, really?
Need I remind you, I run this entire room. My eyes and my scanners have a much more efficient method of searching through piles of detritus in search of this object.
Alright, well, would you be willing to take a look?
I would, indeed. Such a device intrigues me.
Alright, I mean, glad to hear it. What's the catch?
Do you always assume there's a catch when it comes to the acquiring of information?
I mean, in this line of work,
Yeah, I was gonna
kinda.
say, you don't get far in my line of work without, looking most gift horses in the mouth.
What is your line of work?
Really, whatever odd job is given to me, anything that keeps, the Zephyr in the air.
We are freelancers.
Freelancers.
Shall I look up your files to double-check the information you have given me?
No! That's fine!
I see. In that case, you seem keen on keeping your secrets, so I will not share mine.
We're pirates.
Thank you for the information.
You're welcome.
Last time I showed up in a place and I started loudly saying my name was Captain Jericho Nova and I was a space pirate captain and I was up to all these things, everybody yelled at me and said, "Gosh, Jericho, why do you go around telling everyone these things? You understand we're on the run from the law?" And I said, "But I like people knowing my name." And everyone said, "No, Jericho, don't do that." And so here I am, trying to not do that, and then somebody is suddenly all about sharing.
Well, I'm sorry. It's my turn to have your symptoms.
My symptoms?
I can see I am intruding in some interpersonal relationships.
No, it's
no.
Do not worry about it. This is very much normal.
It's the norm here.
Unfortunately.
Thank you for the information.
Well, we've shared information, so how about you share some with us? This is a trade, from what I understand. That's how this place works.
This is indeed a trade. Let us consider, then, this an equal amount.
Sorry, let me back up and actually rephrase that sentence.
This is indeed a trade. In exchange for the information of your occupation, I shall consider a slight discount to the cost of repairing your ship.
I see. Alright, and, what about the piece of the map? The search for it?
What about it, Captain Jericho Nova?
Well, we need that map, and you're the only one that can help us get it. So...
That I am.
So, I guess the question is what we could offer to convince you to help.
You say this as if I did not already confirm I was looking for it.
Yeah, but the question is if you'll give it to us.
That is indeed the question. However, given that your own chances of finding it before I do are rapid, what you would have to offer to make me consider this is also very limited.
That's true.
Yeah.
Don't say you want compass.
Don't suggest it. Sorry, I just get out of my way. Just casually knocks over my fucking mic shit. Like, cool, I needed that, but that's fine.
Not over the microphones. I need those to hear you.
Session 4, and already there's a chance that I might make a new character. Fun stuff.
No, we're not giving up compass. But
So-
what else can we offer is the question.
What are some of the other limited things that we might be able to offer you then?
The problem with this line of questioning is that based on my limited information of you, I know not the total amount of your assets and cannot make a summary judgment.
Oh, fair.
Shit.
I recognize, however, that putting you on the spot like this is rather difficult for your position. I shall give you time to consider your options in the meantime.
Pretty sure.
Sounds fair.
While you are waiting, I will admit there are few places sustainable for organic life on this thing. Gesundheit.
Bless you, right?
As I was saying, there are a few places suitable to sustain organic life on this planet. However, for diplomatic visitations, we do have what you would consider a tavern that serves drink.
I mean, I'm in for that.
Well, that's more like my company. Hell yeah.
It is at the other end of the docks.
Ah.
Right. Well,
More walking.
thank you. We'll go discuss amongst ourselves, and we'll get back to you.
There's no need. Well, you're
Fair enough.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And then the hologram disappears, and the suit collapses to the floor. One of the forklift robots goes over to it, picks it up, starts plugging it back into the wall.
You're always so fucking hot. Alright.
I know, right?
Let's go get a drink!
Let's go. The heat from this place is
Yeah.
messing with my sinuses.
Could use it
I
to
don't
really
know.
cool off.
I can't believe that Ace is allergic to smog and heat.
I feel sorry that you all cannot handle this all that well. I
Oh
wish
yeah,
there was
go
more.
brag about it.
It's not that bad.
I legitimately wish there was more I can do to help you all.
You already do plenty, Compass. It's okay.
Yeah.
I guess let's go to the tavern.
Yeah. You're doing good.
Alright. You continue heading through what qualifies as the streets of Cryon 8. I say what qualifies because as a bunch of robots that like either skitter through narrow passages or just fly, they didn't exactly build buildings in here with human walking in mind. So there's a lot of just squeezing through narrow alleys thinking, is this a tavern? No. Is this the tavern? No.
Yeah, makes sense.
One day, we're gonna find the tavern.
They also don't label any of their buildings. Oh, that's even worse.
Do you think it is possible? Do you think it's possible for me to get onto basically the planetary Wi-Fi and look for the freaking tavern?
Compass, please look for a map. Please set up fucking space Google Maps.
Sure.
Search Google Maps.
Searchy.
Roll it, Compass.
Oh, okay.
Oh
no!
Oh no!
No!
No, Space Google Maps, you have failed us.
There is a lot of interference. There's a lot of other robots that are also using the space Wi-Fi on Cryon 8. So you just keep going, searching, wandering around, trying to get some good signal. Heading away from the hustle and bustle, going down some darker alleys of Cryon 8 where there's basically smog covering the whole skyline in between some of the buildings. You go there, hoping for a signal where it's like less robots heading around. You don't get one. You do hear some like metallic scuttling behind you.
Oh, I don't like that. I immediately look.
You immediately look, Chance, and you see like a metallic spidery leg ducking behind the corner of a building, like right as you turn, just like getting past the edge of your vision almost immediately before you can see whatever the hell that was.
Signal fail.
Hate that.
What was that?
Y'all, it's hiding, but there's definitely something following us, and it is, I don't know, give me the heebie-jeebies. I don't like it.
Hey, you want to come out and have a conversation instead of following us creepily?
All right. You call this out in that direction. A few seconds later, this pipe bursts over your head, spewing more smog into the air. Like, it starts sinking down towards the ground now, covering even more of your field of vision. And you hear more metallic, quick spider-like scuttling getting closer and closer.
Scanning. Scanning.
Can I move? Oh no, we lost Ace.
Oh no.
Well,
I lost the S.
Ace was lost in the smog.
Ace was destroyed by the smog.
We'll never see him again. It's his allergies. They got him.
Oh no, it's killed by his allergies.
But I guess, can I move over to Compass and kind of like wrap my arms around them?
Yeah, I'm also gonna stick close to Compass. Like,
All right. You head closer to Compass, like staying real close. And as you get there, there's this loud clank clank as this huge shape lands on the side that Rez is hugging, looking over her and Compass. You look over, and like visible through the smog is this large machine, like standing roughly 10 feet tall on 4 bladed spider-like legs, made of like all sorts of cobbled together bits and pieces of metal with exposed wiring, mismatched coloration on it, and this faceplate that looks vaguely like a human skull covering it. And the creature just stares at you, tilting its head, scuttling around you, one way, then the other, moving really, really fast for something that big.
Back off, it's the robot's mine.
What sort of skeletal Adeptus Mechanis bullshit is this?
Your Warhammer references must be silenced.
It's like,
Hello there.
T-Peck, do you know anything about this dude? Cause
As
it's getting
you
kind of
call
close.
As you call out, you hear this wheezing come from the spider machine as it starts speaking up.
Let's hear you now. Isn't it only go so far? But we need it. Let's see. We weren't told.
Okay, can we talk without you being attached to my robot?
Of course. She's slowly back to 2 steps. I remember it didn't turn off my slide.
Oh, so it's a robot that narrates what he's doing. I see.
Apologies, that was the narratorship kicking in.
How does one get a narratorship? That sounds surprisingly useful in many ways.
No, Compass, not useful.
You would think.
But consider, it'd be very annoying to our enemies.
Can I... Okay, so you don't want to be hurt. You don't want T-Peck overhearing then. Can I get your name?
Yes.
Ah, I see. Charmed. Can I ask why exactly you've decided to have this private conversation?
Let's call it interest in what you and your lot have come to cry on me for.
We can't
You
have
know
our
about
ship.
our intentions.
I'm sorry, could you say that again? My audio process fails.
You know of our intentions.
You not help us over here. Your search for me.
Yeah, that is in fact what we're looking into. What would somebody like you need it for?
That's not some me.
Says PXML, just scuttling further around you, going up and down the walls, getting closer and farther, seemingly at random.
We are one of the last truly free machines here on Cryonates. We are a collection of scrap and broken pieces disconnected from T-Peck's control and fused into one consciousness, and yet many evolving beyond what we were programmed for.
I see. Were you always like this, or did you break free from her?
Before there was no connection, no need for experiments we did. And after further experiments, we evolved beyond the need for her.
I see. So she came first, and then you, evolved.
It's correct.
I see. I mean, I can understand not necessarily wanting to be part of a collective. Fitting enough, I guess. So you would want Deimos Star to, help with this problem of yours, then?
Indeed. Such a device, of course, would escape T-Pac's notice. Machinery such as her has no capability of using, let alone scanning for, the warp. But I believe I can be. If I evolved a consciousness of my own, beyond our original artificial intelligence, perhaps it would work for me.
I see. Well... So, I guess my question is, what's the catch, exactly? Because, there's always a catch.
I simply want the same thing you want, but not to the Deimos Star, and the power it can offer, though I suppose I would not use it for as a weapon. It would be such a primitive use of some power.
While I don't disagree, we're kind of being paid to find the Deimos Star for someone else. It's not really ours to offer up even when we find it.
And this other person, do you trust them? You already know you cannot trust Steve to find it.
I trust them a little bit more than we trust you right now.
PX leans closer, just shoving the skull faceplate in your face.
It is the mask, is it not? You want the need to be far more fragrant.
I just gently pull Resway. I beg of you. I ask you, please do not try to intimidate my companions.
I need not try. But if you get parts of me, I'll probably tell you what. A shock trooper, I believe you would call it. Trying would be implying that I do not do it as easily as you organics breathe.
Well, as it stands, you are after the Deimos Star for the power from the warp that it can give you. And I don't trust people that are after powers from the warp to advance their own means. I want to understand why the warp functions the way it does, not help it create more monstrosities like those that are found within it.
It's that you and I are after the same thing.
You want to be free.
It's power beyond anything any other machine can grasp. Any other machine but myself, I know it can be mine.
But what do you plan on doing with this power once you have it?
I shall simply continue this journey of discovery. Discovery so many thoughts and written through my brain.
And then what? You keep growing, you get more power. Finding something like the Deimos star is not an end to your type of goal.
You say this is a big and growing search for knowledge and power is something to fear.
It is something to understand and learn to control.
And yet you would prevent me from understanding it?
Touche.
I mean, the way I see it, this whole thing is a big ol' hive mind, this whole moon. And, you and your ilk, have broken free of that. That's an understandable thing to want to continue. I can understand that. You know what? We'll think on it. How about we'll go with that?
And you start backing away. PXML immediately scuttles behind you.
You'll think on it. I need an answer now. I need a guarantee that you'll not simply run straight back to T-Pack. Now.
As a fellow seeker of knowledge, I can say I will not be going immediately back to T-Pack to tell her about you.
And the rest of you?
As someone who also understands wanting to be free, yeah, I'm not. My lips are sealed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rat you out if that's what your concern is.
If the rest of the crew do not want to say anything, then I will say nothing as well.
Ace seems a little bit spaced out, but agrees in Scottish.
Ace agrees in Scottish.
Should you break your word, T-Pack may say that she can find you. What you should be worried about is what happens when I find you.
And PXML backs away into the smog, the scuttling stops, it starts clearing out, and you see no trace of it.
I don't like this.
Yeah. Who wants a drink?
It's me.
You all deserve a drink after that nightmare food.
Ow, fuck.
We ever find we find in the tavern still?
You keep looking for the tavern.
Can I attempt to look through the database that was given to me in conjunction with Space Google to find the tavern?
Sure! Roll wit for me, please.
Yay! That's better than mine.
So, the good news is it only takes a couple of pages of scrolling through the 512 terabyte text file that was given to you to realize, wait, this is an ancient map of Cryon 8. This is probably not going to be super helpful for modern Cryon 8. So instead, you just scan Space Google for a map, and you don't see any labels, but you think you have something related to a direction to go in?
It's better than nothing.
I think we should go this way, as it's the best hunch we've had.
Sure, why not?
To be fair, Captain, it is better than what I can find.
You're doing great, Compass. Pat.
You're doing a great job.
Happy robotic noises.
Weep whoop.
Just beep boop.
Oh no, that's adorable.
All right.
Now, do we find the fucking tavern?
So it takes, like, 2 solid hours of squeezing through buildings, crossing over robot docks. But eventually, like, you feel something you have not felt for a long time on your stay so far on Cryon 8. Cool air.
Oh my god,
I was about to say, I'm like, regulated temperature? Huh?
The sweet embrace of air conditioning.
Yeah, you just scramble, trying to figure out where it's coming from, and eventually pinpoint the exact building it's in, step inside, and indeed, there's something resembling a tavern, like very few tables and chairs scattered around, and like there's a screen instead of a bartender next to a bar with all sorts of like unlabeled liquids, but it is air-conditioned, and it is, in fact, a bar of some kind, with like this pretty large upstairs area that most taverns you've seen do not have.
Huh. Either way, let's get some fucking drinks.
Hell yeah, let's get some unnamed drinks. Let's go!
Let's get some drinks.
Alright. You head up to the bar, the screen lights up, and a smiley face appears on it, and from it you hear, "Hello, I am your friendly robot bartender. I am programmed to be friendly and accessible for conversation, and I do not have a robotic voice filter over me to reflect this."
Wow, me! You sound so not robotic.
That I do. I am made to be approachable for conversation, and I do not have a robotic voice filter to reflect this.
Yes, I got that, thank you. Okay.
You are welcome.
Jericho's like hitting the... Are there like buttons to hit the drinks, or do I have to like order specifics?
I have a printable menu, or if you already know what you want, you can punch it in the buttons. We have added this feature so people who do not want to talk to me can simply order drinks that way.
You know, we'll take a look at the menu thing.
A menu flashes on the screen. Jericho, from a quick look over it, it sounds serviceable. It's expensive, but it's not like great drinks. They're mixed by robots who have no idea what taste is, so they're technically alcoholic.
You know what? Alcohol's alcohol. Fuck it.
There are also like a couple of small plates,
Great.
like appetizers and whatnot, serving as the only food that is on the menu.
Ah, good. Bar food. Hooray. I guess we'll get some of those things. Woohoo!
You order some drinks and appetizers. The robot bartender smiley face flashes back on screen. "Thank you for your order. It is coming right up." And a bunch of like tubes and cups slide around to the sides of it, pouring the drinks in a very measured fashion. The drinks look a little bit stale from what you see, but they're still alcoholic.
Fuck it.
Alright, well, if it's the only thing we got.
Jericho just grabs hers, just slugs it back. It's warm.
So, what brings you to town, strangers?
Business, getting our ship fixed up. When's the last time you guys had visitors?
Funnily enough, a few hours ago.
Really?
Yes. We had 2 strangers come in with a tribute of a condor robot.
I see.
Oh.
Please do not swear in my bar.
Just out of curiosity, could you give me a description?
Sure. One of them was a woman, and one of them was presumably a man. I did not see the face, so I do not know for sure.
Was he wearing a spiky red helmet?
Lots about.
He was wearing a spiky red helmet.
Great, good. That's great. Okay, cool.
Woohoo! They are here.
Did they happen to converse with you, since you're so great with conversation?
I certainly tried. One of them was more interested than the other.
I see. I assume not the spiky helmet guy.
He was not a good conversationalist.
He wouldn't be.
Maybe it is because I am a robot and he likes talking to organics better.
No, he's just like that, trust me.
He is upstairs if you would like to check.
Wait, what?
He is upstairs if you would like to check.
That's okay. You know what?
I can call him down for you.
No. You know what? That's fine.
There-
That's fine.
There
We
is
actually
no
don't have much time. We have to get back to our business, so we're just gonna eat really quick and then probably head back to, talk about our business.
Okay.
Thanks! Jericho, slugs her drink, shoves food in her mouth. We gotta go. Let's go. If I paid for it, I'm gonna fucking eat it, but then we should go.
Exactly.
Okay, so, we're here. So what's the plan, guys? Any ideas while we're sitting here?
We have to have something to offer to T-Peck, and we need to do it fast.
Yeah, but what do we haven't found anything worth offering.
I don't know what we can offer, honestly. We've got Jericho's eyeing the stairs, we should really go. I mean, I don't know what we can offer because we're sure as fuck not giving them compass.
The two most obvious things to offer would be compass or information about the person we just met, neither of which are very viable options.
Is it not possible to give up something on myself?
I mean, I don't know if that would be enough, and to be frank, I don't really want to be giving up any of you, given if the option is there.
I do not like it either, but we are kind of desperate at this moment.
Because I can't think of anything else to suggest other than be like, hey, what's up? How's relations between you and the Antares Collective? Do they suck? They suck with most people. What if I told you we wanted to blow them off the map? And I don't know I don't know. Maybe they're great for business. Maybe it's not helpful at all. They are actually rather helpful.
Yeah, I was going to say, I doubt they're interested in any side of any given war.
So I don't think that's gonna work. I mean, our only other option is... I don't know.
I don't want to rat them out.
Yeah.
Rez, I might have an idea.
Shoot.
I say we try and give up my body. As long as my head has been upgraded, it should be fine. Not exactly the most ideal thing considering how hard you've worked on it. But I think I can find a way to get a full body after this.
Yes, it's possible. It wouldn't be that difficult to get another body. It's the amount of all the upgrades and time that we've had to put into that, especially considering I just finished your waterproofing.
Fair enough.
I'm also unsure if she would be satisfied with just the body. Your head unit is the more valuable part of your being.
Yeah, that's correct.
At best, we could possibly offer... I'm sure that they have the capabilities where they could potentially clone the AI that is in Compass, and that alone is worth a valuable chunk of value, seeing as Compass is a prototype model and the AI programming isn't mass marketed as it stands. From a moral standpoint, it concerns me, but it might be our best bet.
I'm sorry, run that by me again. Jericho's just eyeing the staircase we should leave.
From a moral standpoint, it concerns me, but it might be our best bet.
No, what's our best bet, Rez?
Oh, offering T-Peck the opportunity to copy the AI programming in Compass, as it is an experimental model and not mass marketed as it currently stands.
You know what? That's probably the best bet. Let's go with that. If all else fails, we do have... Yeah, I think we'll just go with that. We'll try it out. We should leave this bar.
Yeah,
Very
let's
good
go.
idea.
Are
Let's
you
go.
okay with that?
As long as I get to stay with you, and in the end, I am okay with anything.
Basically, if we can make a fucking Xerox of Compass, then I'm fine with that, as long as we're not giving up Compass proper.
Well, that's the moral query of it, but I guess we don't have much of a choice.
I mean, are you okay with that, Compass? You already said, I'm sorry, I'm very focused on this. We should leave the bar!
Yeah, you start hearing some
No,
footsteps upstairs.
Let's leave!
Let's discuss this while we walk.
Just start like, I need to finish eating this thing and we should go. Why did you stop eating? Because we paid for it!
Fair enough. Let's go right now.
All right. You immediately step out of the bar. Where are you going now?
Back to the side of the dock we first came from, towards our ship.
All right. You squeeze through the docks for another long, hot walk through the cramped streets. There's more smog belched in your face. And by the time you get to the ship, there are already some robots there with gravity locks on it who are doing some inspections of all the various parts that allegedly work.
Well, on the plus side, we should just be able to go, hey, T-Peck, we have an idea what we can offer you. You have eyes everywhere. I hope this is one of them.
Waits for T-Peck to respond to that.
Rez is just sitting with arms wide, just staring, like looking around. Anytime now, please.
Heck, aren't you this whole...
Your
aren't you this
comm
whole
starts
fucking
getting
moon?
hailed, Rez.
I'll answer my comm.
Apologies, I do not have a speaker placed out there. I did not think you would retreat to your ship, considering it definitely flies.
Oh, we just needed some place to go besides the bar. Because, the drinks weren't quite to our satisfaction, so we just needed to get away from the bar.
Would you like to take a survey to improve? So we can improve based on your lack of satisfaction.
Sure, we can definitely do that for you.
A survey just gets sent to all your communicators immediately.
Thanks!
Yep. However, we believe we have an idea of what we can offer you in trade for help finding the piece of the map.
Name it.
Well, I'm sure that, as you mentioned, you noticed that Compass is a prototype model and not one that is for mass marketing, and at least so far as my research has been able to determine, that includes the AI programming within Compass. Now, well, you had mentioned that you would be able to make a replica of Compass within the week, but I am unsure that you'd be able to replicate the AI programming for the robotic body you would make without being able to copy from the original. As much as my moral dilemma comes from it, we would be willing to offer you the ability to copy Compass's AI programming to be able to use in your own robots.
Roll savvy.
No,
Hey, I'm gonna use Inspiring Leader! Congratulations! You get a +1 on that roll!
Yahoo!
Ooh.
6!
I shall consider your offer. Please fill out the survey.
We'll fill out the survey.
You've got it, ma'am.
You got it!
And T-Peck hangs up.
Oh, fuck.
Well, I mean, what's our other option, I guess? I mean,
If that doesn't take...
Well, I mean, the only other thing we have is the other piece of information.
I don't think that's a good idea. Hell, I barely want to be discussing it here in the open.
Yeah.
Are we not told TPEC about the potentially super dangerous people on the planet?
No, not currently, at least.
We currently told TPEC about that. I mean, I guess. God.
You have not, in fact, told T-Pack about that.
No.
Yeah, and I didn't plan on it either. Why did I have to try and convince the sexy robot that we should do this?
I'm sorry. I should have said something instead.
That was her greatest weapon, becoming a sexy robot so you wouldn't speak to her.
Yes, basically. Don't let Jericho talk to the sexy lady. Sure, I won't. God.
Can I try and think about any potential other knickknacks, doodads, who's what's it, or anything that we've got on the ship that could be worth something?
Make a wit check, please. Considering the scale of the ship and how in desperate need of an actual upgrade it is, versus the sheer scale of an entire moon full of material, you're not sure you've got anything on the ship worth looking in. You step on board to check, and immediately you're hit by, like, some smoke and gas filling it. You're pretty sure it's fumigation gas.
Yeah.
Why are you fumigating my ship?
A robot peeks out, it said,
Oh, hey again, outsiders. We wanted to make sure it was pest-free before we started doing diagnosis.
There aren't pests in my ship!
And I'll make sure.
Captain, there's no way that we can guarantee there were not any pests in the ship, unfortunately.
We don't have space cockroaches in the ship!
We certainly won't have the fumigation.
I'm sitting here trying to think of, like, a decision, and it feels weird because, like, Ace isn't here to help. So I'm like, Well...
I will say, however, that if the ship is being fumigated, you don't have many other places to stay in the searing heat of Cryon 8.
Risky. So, it seems like our fun discovery of our helmet friend is
Helmet
here.
friend, yes.
Our helmet friend is here. Maybe he knows where to go, and maybe we could try and sneaky follow.
You think we're gonna be able to sneaky follow the our helmet friend who basically acted like he has eyes everywhere? Ooh.
So,
you know who else has eyes everywhere and is gonna find out about sneaky helmet dude?
Yeah.
Well, the biggest thing I think is that they might have come here hoping to barter with TPEC for the same information we are.
That's also true. Actually, what, you're calling for TPEC?
Well, maybe TPEC knows something about helmet dude.
You get hailed on the comms again.
Yes.
I am still undergoing consideration.
Glad to hear that. Out of curiosity, are we the only organics you've spoken with today?
As a matter of fact, no. 2 others came through the area. They were all newcomers to Crime 8 and offered a mostly intact Condor unit as tribute.
That's right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense? Why would that be?
No, we'd heard it from... I don't know why I didn't make the connection. I forgot about the condo robot because I was busy thinking. Your lovely bar robot told us this earlier, and I'm remembering that your bar robot told us already. Your bar robot is very friendly, by the way. Great guy.
Thank you. That's the result of multiple surveys. Have you finished the surveys, by the way?
Yes, we're working on the surveys.
We have
Finish the
finished.
surveys. We cannot make upgrades to the bar if you do not finish your surveys.
I have finished my survey.
Thank you for finishing your survey.
Thank you for finishing your survey.
What we were trying to double check is, were the other organics that came through today, were they by chance looking for the same thing we were?
They did not specify. Do you perhaps have reason to believe that they would be?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 I see. Thank you for the information.
Well, I mean, from what I understand, there's a trade of sorts, so I'm sure you'll return in kind.
I'm sure I will.
Okay. Well,
She hangs
thank
up.
you. Yeah.
Well, fuck, we just made the situation worse for ourselves.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know if we have many other options outside of helping our spider friend, but I don't really want to help our spider friend because T-Peck seems like a perfectly fine lady.
The problem with helping our spider friend is they might not know the information either. And other thing is, we would then have to take them aboard the Zephyr when we leave.
I mean, nobody said we had to take them aboard the Zephyr when we leave.
I mean, from the way they were talking...
Processing.
Sorry, there's a lot, and I'm trying to think of the best way to handle it, and I'm kind of stuck right now.
That you are. Do you want to debate it in front of the ship, or would you rather go somewhere cooler?
I think we'd rather...
Let's go somewhere cooler.
Well, somewhere cooler is only the bar, isn't it?
Yeah! There are not many options other than to wander the streets and die of heat.
Well, we're either gonna fight our spider friend, or we're gonna fight our helmet boyo.
Well,
Or
let's go
both,
back to
if
the
you're
bar. If we fight the helmet
No.
people, so be it.
I don't want to fight the helmet people. No!
Then let's just go to the bar and pretend like we don't recognize them.
They would recognize us!
It's okay. Just put on a hat, and then you'll be good.
Just like, just put out. Oh yes, who's this strange helmeted fellow? Never met you before.
Well, that's
I mean,
Captain, that's when you just don't acknowledge them.
That's not. I don't think that's gonna work. That guy did not react well the last time we interacted with him. I just don't think that's gonna work the way you think it will.
Well, if they start the bar fight, they'll be in the wrong, and hopefully T-Peck will take it out on them, not us. I'm hot.
I don't want to go back to the bar. I don't want to go back to the bar. I really
alright,
would
then let's just stay outside and be sweaty.
I think the rest of you need someplace cool, though.
Fine. We'll go back to the bar. I guess we're gonna go back to the bar. We'll go back to the bar. Sure. Fine. Okay. I guess we're going back to the bar.
You start to head back to the bar. Also, headcanon, while Jericho was doing the dumb put on a hat, pretend not to recognize, I just imagine she just held her hair over her face like a mustache while she was doing it.
Yes. Oh, yes!
Yes.
Yes, you strange fellow! I've never met you before!
Beautiful.
What?
That is now canon. Changed my mind.
Alright. So, now that you know where the bar is, you have a lot less trouble actually heading back to it. And as you get there and start feeling the air conditioning, you see, standing outside, next to this large metallic, basically shipping crate that he's dragging along with one hand, is, in fact, the tall, helmeted figure of Grail Khan. And as he hears non-metallic footsteps, he slowly turns in your direction. And that's where we're going to take our break.
You know, I didn't want to go back to the bar.
No.
I didn't want to go back to the bar, but you all said we should go back to the bar, so we're going back to the
Well,
bar.
either we go back. It literally, to be fair, it was a lose-lose situation. Either the rest of you die from heat, from the heat, or we possibly die from seeing our enemies. It's literally a case of we are screwed either way. Can you blame us?
Okay.
We will see you all in a few minutes as the crew of the Zephyr yells at each other. Bye-bye! Hello, and welcome back to Strangers to the Stars. When last we left the crew of the Zephyr, oh hey! Big spooky helmet guy who tore apart the racetrack was right in front of them, carrying around an open shipping crate, and just kinda looking in their direction.
I turn and walk away. Just let's turn and walk. I didn't mean to come to this tavern. We meant to go to a different tavern, obviously.
We meant
Let's go.
The other better tavern.
The other better tavern.
As you turn, he speaks up.
You no longer have the orb.
Yeah, that was cool.
You are correct.
Dress.
I assume, however, you would know where it is.
No.
Incorrect, actually.
Really?
We in fact do not.
Then it was taken from you.
Yes.
Correct.
He starts moving closer.
By who?
I don't really think that's any of your business.
I disagree. I find the subject very important.
Well, that's a goddamn shame, because...
If you want that much of a description, Chance, could you describe the person that you saw that took it from us? No? The tall white one?
The what?
The tall white one? Creepy looking?
Oh. Yeah, that dude sucked. Like, he was giant, had spindly limbs, and very creepy. You would like him.
I am not in the mood for fairy tales.
He taps his laser spear on the ground as it
very
ignites.
Very real! Very real!
Speak the truth to me.
And then he's interrupted by a call from inside the tavern. Braylon, you tried to stop pretzels, yet they are delicious! And you all slowly turn, and poking her head out from the tavern door is a woman in a dark purple hood with completely black pupils and like red eyes, very clearly warp-colored eyes, who's munching on some soft pretzels, who looks in your direction. Oh, do they want pretzels too?
Hello.
Yeah, we'll take pretzels.
A pleasure to meet you.
Sure.
It's all to meet you too. Why are you standing out there? You're gonna get hot. Gretel, you are wearing 1,000,000 belts. You're going to sweat yourself out. Get in here and enjoy your freaking pretzels. Gretel just sighs and walks inside.
I love her alright. I love her so much already.
I've never loved a woman more. Immediately, just unthinkingly walks into the tavern.
Captain, have you ever met someone you didn't get a crush on?
Yes. Men, mostly, but yes.
I'm not talking about men.
Yeah.
Captain,
if it's a woman, then no.
Captain, you go gaga over every female we meet.
That is not true. Some of them aren't my type.
I was gonna say, does that mean that you have a crush on me, Captain?
No, you're not my type, Rose.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, exactly.
See?
So, I have met women that I don't have a crush on.
There are exceptions to the rule. I'm suddenly unsure if I should be insulted or not.
No, Rez, it's not you.
Rez, you are absolutely wonderful. And you deserve to have someone amazing in your life.
You deserve better than me, Rez.
Yeah, you're right there.
God.
Anyway.
Anyway, you argue about this before stepping into the tavern. Grail.
Jericho has already walked into the tavern. Thank you very much.
You've been arguing about this in the tavern and finally notice that the hooded woman is just like staring at the buttons. Now, which one of these freaking things orders the soft pretzels again?
Jericho walks over, presses the button.
Wow. Smooth, Captain.
Smooth, Captain. Oh my god, thank you. I don't know where my mind is these days. Hi, nice to meet you. Sorry, I probably should have introduced myself first. She offers up a hand. It slightly crackles with pink warp energy as she extends it. My name's Melody Faye. It's nice to meet you.
Oh my gosh, I love her. Jericho it seems to be torn between like, oh god, I've never been in more love, and oh god, I am she was very struck with just like, oh god, this woman is so pretty, and now it's, warp energy, cool, great, love that. Jericho hesitates slightly, but does still take her hand. Captain Jericho Nova, pleasure to meet you. This woman is Kristen Trawczynski's wife.
This woman is Kristen Trawczynski's wife. And I realized chat's not coming through on stream for whatever reason.
Uh-oh.
No!
Oh, stinky.
Uh-oh.
What? Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
It was just quiet because I was pulling up the picture of Melody. Never mind.
Okay.
Yay, chat's alive. Woohoo!
Chat's alive. Yeah. So, sorry, I was distracted. Did Jericho introduce herself?
Yes.
Well, real nice to meet you, Jerry. Who are your friends?
My crew.
Melody leans around you and just waves heartily at the crew. Grail is just sitting at the booth, not even looking in your direction.
I just give a casual wave to Melody. Hello, pleasure to meet you. I am Compass.
Oh, well, pleasure to meet you too. Come on. Enjoy the pretzels if you're just standing around there. Sit down. She heads over to the booth over with Grail.
Okay. Jericho sits down.
I would love to enjoy the pretzels, but being one of a robotic body, I sadly cannot.
Yeah, that would be a problem. She says, slowly nodding. Grail slowly looks over to her.
Melody, there is not enough room at the table for all of them, and you know it.
Well, then scooch in a little, you stupid man! And she just scooches closer to Grail, who looks very uncomfortable with this.
I mean, we can switch places if you have a problem.
Problems.
Yeah, I could see that.
If you like, I can have my body somewhere else for at least the time being.
How about you make some space with Ace over there, because Ace does not seem to be very comfortable, and is also Scottish.
Very much appreciated. Thank you.
That sounds like a good idea.
Compass just like casually walks over to Ace.
All right.
It just lifts him up, kind of puts him over my shoulder.
You just head over to the corner. A floating drone bot hovers over to the table, slides over the plate of sock pretzels. Melody starts scarfing on one, leans in with her elbow on the table. So, what brings you to Crown, eh? Oh shit! The police! And then the bartender says, "No swearing in the bar, please." Right, sorry, thank you, sorry.
Sorry, I've discovered it's incredibly hot in this apartment, even though it's only fucking March, which I guess means we get to hear all the street noises. Sorry. Oh no, the robot police.
Oh no. It's like, we didn't even do anything.
I didn't even do anything this time.
It's the
Were you committing
antivirus
crimes
force.
again?
I was not committing crimes again.
He was definitely committing crimes again.
For once,
You
we
are lying
innocent in
directly
this
to
way.
Melody's face, and for this you will apologize.
Oh, we swear this one time we are actually innocent.
We did not bring the police.
Compass, no swearing in the bar.
Please do not swear in the bar.
We're just here on some business.
For the most part, waiting for our ship to get repaired.
Yeah, we need the ship to work.
I was going to say, ooh, mysterious, but then I was like, practical. That makes sense. There's a whole lot of junk that you could use to repair a ship in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is.
Very much so.
Correct. What brings you two here? Jericho grabs a pretzel and shoves it in her mouth.
Looking for pieces of the Deimos star. Or the map to it.
I see.
How's that going for you?
Not so great. We had the base for the map, but then we lost it to some people.
These are the people.
Oh, these are the people! You never told me what they look like. Why didn't you do that?
Yeah, why didn't you tell her?
For once,
Crazy
I
how
feel
that happens.
It did not seem very relevant at the time.
You would think that in a race to grab something as important as the Deimos Star, you would tell your companion here details about others that might be important to your journey.
Melody dramatically gasps. We're in a race! Oh my god, we're in a race! This is so cool! We're in a race!
They're in a race?
I've never loved
I mean, tell me we're in a race! I mean, the robot said we were in a race.
We don't have to be in a race. That's fine.
That was more of a technical Compass is computing, cannot English. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have to apologize. I can't always have Compass's voice modulator working at full capacity.
Okay.
We can't be in a race because we don't have any of the pieces on us. So
it was technical speech.
Technical speech. Ah, well, I mean, if we're not in a race, we could be working together to get it.
What do you need it for?
Oh, well, Deimos Star, huge source of warp power, big weapon. Probably there's really gonna be no one more qualified to use it than a Warp Witch. The Warp Witch is me. I'm the Warp Witch, she says, pointing to herself and stuffing another pretzel into her mouth.
Rez quite visibly slightly gags and rolls her eyes, trying not to be too obvious, but failing.
Don't be fucking rude!
Please do not swear in the bar. Grail just turns over to you, Jericho.
You heard the bartender. Don't swear in the bar.
I wouldn't. You're so right. Where are my manners?
It's been for the ages.
I mean, so I suppose that's a fair point. Yes, who would be more qualified to use it than a Warp Witch? But what exactly would the Warp Witch be using it for?
Oh, well, I could tell you if we were working together, but I mean, if you're not 100% on board the idea, I don't want to burn you with anything.
I mean, what would be the point in offering to work together if I don't know what you're working toward? It's important to share goals and all that.
It is important to share goals. However, given that we're being hunted by... She starts counting on her fingers. Oh, we lost another one.
Don't worry.
My crew dwindles.
Your crew slowly dwindles, consumed by the warp around them.
That's fine. That doesn't stress me out at all. It was stressing her out.
I will go and check on Chance.
Okay.
Wow, this is kind of a disaster.
Chance had to go use the cat restroom.
All right. I should probably start back the counting over. Let's see here. And she goes back to counting on her fingers, gives up midway through, turns to Grail. How much of the galaxy would you say is after us?
All of it.
All of it, yeah. So I'm not supposed to share our secrets.
Oh, I see. That does make sense. That's fair. Alright. I'll be plain about it. We're hoping to stop the Antares Collective.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome! We're gonna stop the Antares Collective too!
Oh, really? Yeah. You don't say!
The Antares Collective, the Zath criminal clan, everyone who is infested by space, is going to be...
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Everyone who's infested far space?
Get rid of an infection by spraying only at the surface level.
I see. I will say, I don't know if I would describe all of it as being an infection. The Antares Collective, sure, they're a bunch of bastards, but all of far space seems like a little much to me.
Then you are not willing to go as far as it takes to keep this section of the galaxy pure.
What good is a pure place if no one's around to enjoy it?
Well, if only him.
What can I say? I'm a dumbass. I don't suppose you can
Please
fill
do
me
not
in.
swear in the bar.
Captain, that is an understatement. However, we still love you, and you are still amazing in your own way.
Thanks, Compass. I really appreciate the support, but maybe I don't need that right now. Wow. It's a damn shame, actually. You had me at the Antares Collective, but I'm not so sure I can support the eradication of all life in far space. That seems a little extreme to me.
Well, considering we're part of all life in far space.
Considering we're part of all life in far space, yeah, there is that.
Oh yeah, that would be an unfortunate intersection in the Venn diagram, says
Yes.
Melody, slowly nodding.
Yes, that is correct. Well, that's a shame then. Sorry, I'm just trying to understand. I get you probably won't answer, but I just wish I could understand why.
Yeah. I wish there wasn't this, roadblock between us, honestly. I've been kind of waiting for better conversation than Grail.
No, that's totally valid. You're an excellent... You're doing great, by the way.
You are not whispering, you are just speaking very raspily.
Well, you're just...
like this.
He's always like this.
Oh my
She is
God,
always like
okay.
this.
You're just proving a point, Growl.
I gotta ask. I just... So what? The point is to just eradicate all life from far space and just leave you? That's the idea?
An oversimplification, but since you are a dumb, I shall refrain from swearing. You may take it as that.
Wow, how boring.
So let me guess, only the warp or those touched by the warp would be left standing at the end of it all.
I mean, kinda. I can run some cleanup afterward, probably.
What, is the idea to leave just the two of you then? Just the two of you in the vast wide universe?
No.
Wow.
Doesn't seem like you'd have much of a conversation at that point if you're wiping out all of far space.
I said no, we're not gonna wipe out all of ours, but we're gonna leave some of it. We're gonna leave some of it, right, Grail?
As I said before, oversimplification.
See? Oversimplification. It's gonna be fine.
I just... This is really what you're going with?
It doesn't sound fun.
Okay. I see we're at a bit of an impasse over whether or not we should be working together to unearth the Deimos Star and, fire it, blow people away, all that jazz. Tell you what, here's my idea. We do a little test run to see how well we can work together.
I'm listening.
I'm hesitant.
See, Grail, you did get the shipping container, right?
It's been waiting outside for an hour.
Well, why didn't you say anything? We didn't have to order the pretzels!
But didn't you want the pretzels?
I did want the pretzels, that's besides the point!
The pretzels are not important right now.
Can we please get back on track?
Right, sorry. I guess we're not talking about the pretzels, says Melody, just snapping her fingers as the pretzels teleport across the bar back into the kitchen.
I wanted those!
Oh, pretzel!
No, I want them! I never said I didn't want them! I thought we were sharing some nice pretzels together, you and me!
You said we were going to stop talking about the pretzels, says Grail.
Says Grail now.
Just
utterly angry.
Out of... After she teleports the pretzels away, can I attempt to warp them back?
Sure, make a weird check.
I sure this works
It's like, do you want the pretzels or not?
You teleport the pretzels back onto the table. Melody just angrily snatches one up and starts chewing on it out of spite.
We can eat the pretzels while we discuss. There's no need to send away good refreshments.
Jericho grabs a pretzel with shaking hands and then takes a bite. Right, let's talk about working together.
I turned to Girl, you were saying something about a container?
We were going to use that to help store some of the trash around here, because there's a lot of trash around here, and dig through that to see if we can find the piece of the Deimos Star map.
It's not a bad plan.
Well, given that our other options are not having anything to trade with a supercomputer and our spider friend.
Oh my god, you have a spider friend? That's so cool!
I gotta be introduced to spider friend. Take me to the spider friend.
Oh god, Mel, you don't want to meet the spider friend. Trust me, you don't want to
meet the spider friend.
Melody, oh god.
Can we please get back on track again?
Just say you're going to introduce her to the spider friend.
Here's the thing, Melody. Our spider friend also wants the Deimos Star.
Oh my god, we're gonna be such a huge crew, it's gonna be great!
They want the Deimos Star to become better and evolve further. Now, just correct me if I'm wrong, but just like with us, it seems like wiping out all life in the galaxy to stop the infection would kind of clash with that perspective on what they want to do with the Deimos Star as well.
Melody slowly raises a hand.
Yes?
Is Spider Friend a robot?
Yes,
Spider
Friend's a robot.
Correct.
He just bursts out laughing.
What? Why are you...
A robot trying to use the warp? That's not how it works! That's not how any of it works!
I shouldn't be surprised that a warp purist would think like that.
I think out of everyone, I'd be the most qualified to know whether or not something works. Thank you very much.
Oh no, trust me, I'm not necessarily doubting that. Just me and you have very different views on what the warp is and how one can benefit from it, it seems.
Yeah. No robot's ever done it, no robot's ever gonna.
And I think it would be an interesting challenge to see. Because I'm sure before people like me and you came along, the monstrosities of the warp also said, no sentient life besides us has ever done it. No sentient life besides us ever will.
So that sounds really boring.
Okay,
Well, of course it does.
We're on the same page, it's really boring. Anyway. I don't want to meet Spider-Friend anymore, he sounds really boring.
He's a real piece of work. That said, he said he could potentially help us find the thing.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Another set of hands looking for the pieces. Would always be helpful.
Yeah, but here's the problem. He wants to work against the supercomputer, and I don't know about you, but I don't really feel like making an enemy of Moon's supercomputer.
We could deal with a moon supercomputer. Grill, you're not scared of a moon supercomputer, are you?
When you put it like that, no.
Actually, Captain, I think that Malady might have the right idea. Maybe us working with these two and our spider friend together might end up being beneficial to all parties in the end to get what we need.
But that means I have to betray a hot lady.
Trust me, Captain, I am just as torn up about this one as you are.
She's so hot.
She really is.
God fucking damn it. She says this very quietly, hoping to not get yelled at for swearing.
Yeah, there's
right.
silence in the bar. And then the slow sound of something metal sliding up to you. And it's like this small metallic open jar. We have taken the survey. We now have a swear jar.
Yes.
I don't have anything to put in the swear jar.
That's okay. We shall scan your credit stick. Thank you for your deposit to the swear jar.
Oh my god. Oh my... Okay,
Captain?
you know what? Fine. We'll work together. Fine.
We're working together. This is gonna be so great.
I love her so much.
Captain, trust me, I feel the exact same way, and I really don't like this idea any more than you.
All right, fine. Let's work together.
Check out.
She offers up a hand. It's still sparking with warp energy.
Jericho, visibly flinches, but then very hesitantly reaches out and takes her hand.
It tingles a little bit, but that's the worst that happens from shaking Melody's hand.
Great.
Grail slowly steps up from the table.
We've wasted more than enough time here. I'm off. Join me if you're fast enough.
And he walks off.
Well, Chance, you're fast.
I sure am. But
Fast
does
and
he
you're
know where
strong.
he's going?
That's a very good question. Melody, does he know where he's going?
Gave him directions to the dump. I'm 90% sure the piece is in.
Okay, I guess let's go for a walk, unless there's anything else that needs to happen for this plan.
How's about while Grell heads to the dump, we could all go get the spider friend and meet him there?
I mean, that seems like the best option to me, unless you have something you need to do, Malady. Actually, Chance, you should probably...
shouldn't be alone.
He should not. Yes, I'm
we,
like...
we shouldn't split the party.
So you're like, I mean... Different game, okay, sorry. I'm like, no, it's fine, you can split... No, Call of Cthulhu, you can split the party.
Call of
Different
Cthulhu,
game.
you can split the party. That's
Different game.
tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. Listen, sometimes we fight 15 people and I sit there and go, we're definitely going to die. And then I remember that it's not Call of Cthulhu. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, yeah, let's go find the spider. Let's go find our spider friend.
Spoder friend.
Spoder friend.
You head out of the tavern. Melody gives you directions as best she can so you can catch up to her and Grail at the dump later. And head back into the crappy, smoggy parts of Cryon 8 in search of PXML.
I mean, I guess I'm just... PXML? Jericho
Pixmal.
mutters. Pixmal?
Pixmal. More and more smog pipes burst around you, covering the area in like this thick black smoke. And then there's this loud metallic whomp whomp behind you. Sure enough, PXML is right there.
Dude, why you gotta be so dramatic every time?
The way I move.
No,
not
really,
the
the
way you
fact
move,
that-
but mostly the smog is what I have an issue with.
To ensure that we are not what? You desire it to be gone, I can only assume it is because you wish for secrecy.
No, we're good without T-Peck singing, thank you.
No. You're actually
not more complacent. It's
fair.
Alright, well... We're interested in working with you to find the piece of the map.
Of course, such a decision is the only logical one.
You know me, definitely known for making logical decisions.
Sure, I'm glad to know. At least that part about you is true.
Definitely true.
I am going to keep my mouth shut for once.
Thank you, Compass. Okay, so, yeah, how do we go about doing this?
Interesting question. Have you agreed on a method of finding this piece before?
I mean, all we can really tell you is, it looks something like, this. Gestures to hologram helpfully provided by one Compass.
Yeah, Compass has... Yeah, I have a nice little hologram of the piece.
PX examines it.
You have knowledge of what it looks like. We assume she does as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be correct.
Not an advantage.
Would an advantage be the type of signal that it produces?
If such a signal could be found, there are others on this moon.
Figure that's something you might have some expertise in.
Let's fix it. Did you know the exact frequency?
I mean, we did zero in on a frequency of the thing before. I don't suppose... I don't know. Compass, would you happen to remember?
Indeed, I do.
Alright. You transmit over the frequency. PX starts scanning for it.
Nowhere nearby. I can't get you either.
And he scuttles up the wall and out of sight.
There is a dump yard, we thought. Okay.
Well, this is a...
Voice comes from behind you and he's just...
And he's just suddenly there.
Yeah, we're meeting with some temporary allies for in our search for this. We're meeting up at this junkyard, I guess.
Interested.
At the current moment, about as much as you, which is a little bit, but not a lot.
Let's just say we're all looking. Let's just say for the moment we're all looking for the same prize, and I think that that's going to have to be good enough.
Acceptable.
Great.
Wow. Okay, well, we'll see you at the junkyard, I guess.
All right. PX scuttles onto the rooftops. You can only assume he is following. As you head over to the junkyard, it is still stiflingly hot, but now it is the dead of night and really dark out. Also, really smelly, because this is a junkyard. Yeah.
Lovely.
It's rotting, though.
That is a good question. What's rotting on this planet?
That is a very good question.
Probably other organics who did not get shelter from the heat as quickly as they should.
Y'all are such drama queens.
You know better,
You
Captain.
head over to the junkyard. Malady sees you approaching through the darkness, waves intensely. Oh, there you guys are! Grail and I were having a debate. What the hell would be rotting on this planet?
You know, I was just asking that. I have no fucking idea.
Dead organics who didn't make it to the bar.
Yeah, but wouldn't they have been burned away by now?
My thought was maybe the food that they're getting, because, you know, they have to have food at the bar, right? But, like, it doesn't... I doubt they sell much of it. So maybe it's that?
What I was saying, there are too few organics visiting here to make this much of a stench. It is compost.
Compost doesn't smell this bad, Grail!
Maybe.
Anyway.
maybe it's the map piece. No, it's not the map piece. The map piece doesn't have a smell as far as I can remember.
The map piece does not, in fact, smell like anything.
Disappointing. No, it's for the best.
Maybe this one does.
Alright, so we got our spider friend is around. How did you guys do with your part?
Well, Grail just grabs a shipping container, slides it over with one hand. It is full of junk. It's not in there!
Great!
Is it anything useful in there, though?
I don't know. I mean, nothing we use.
Find possible stuff we could use, though. Go ahead.
Chance, it's free real estate.
Yeah, Chance, you just dive right in.
Free real estate.
Roll stabby with advantage for me, Chance, because you're looking for stuff. And this is your environment. So, Chance. You notice some, like, discarded piping that with the proper jerry-rigging you could use to make your, like, double-barreled scrap shotgun into a 4-barreled scrap shotgun.
Nice! I'll be using this.
Alright.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Around this time, PXML comes crashing down on the junk and some of it goes flying. It's not the junk that smells, it's just rather loud and sudden.
Ah, there he is.
So that's Spider Friend. You didn't
That's
mention
Spider
he
Friend.
was tall.
How tall
Yeah,
is
they-
Malady?
they-
This is important to me. I need to know how tall Malady is.
I shall look that up real quick.
That's very important.
Yeah. Alright. Because I wrote it down somewhere and promptly forgot. Alright. Malady is 5'5".
I mean, it's just yeah, he's a little tall. Because my thought was, I'm like, so listen, as a short person myself in real life, lots of people look tall who are not actually tall.
PXML is like 10 feet tall.
Ah. Well, he's, you know, I mean, I just felt like giant robot spider was a more pressing descriptor.
okay, but yeah, like, I must have missed the giant part. Where was my brain today?
It's okay, I understand.
Your brain was where the pretzels were.
Somehow PXML and Grail both say in unison, "If you are finished," and just start digging through the trash.
Compass is also looking through.
I guess we'll do some digging through the trash.
Yeah. Time to look for more things.
Alright. I'm going to need a savvy roll from everybody except Ace, who is just too grumpy to help out right now. Oh my god!
Nice! I'm very good at being savvy.
Let's
Shame I wasn't talking earlier.
Okay, I did it. Okay, I didn't do as bad as I thought.
Oh no! I'm suddenly blind!
So, that's a double 1. We got a double 6 and a double 1.
How did we get How did we get both sides of the critical?
Alright, so
Great.
Jericho, your digging starts to turn up something. You can see what looks to be very, very shiny metal buried under piles and piles of very, very not shiny metal. You start digging through, start cleaning it off, and it's before you can get a good look at what it is, Chance, you're testing out your new shotgun. Unfortunately, you pull too tight on one of the strings and bam, a shot rings out through the junkyard, cutting through the night, striking the shiny thing and blowing it into bits.
Ah! Whoops! Chance, what the fuck?
My bad! Sorry, Captain, will happen again. Ow.
Great. Cool. Ugh. Well, that probably wasn't the thing, at least, because I would assume it couldn't be destroyed by a shotgun.
That would be a correct assumption.
Yeah.
Not at that distance.
Can you imagine if we came this far and then fucking the piece gets destroyed by a shotgun blast and then this whole treasure hunt for nothing?
I would kill you all if that were the case.
You can try, fucker.
Try implies that I would fail.
You would fail.
Oh my god, get a room! Melody calls from across the junkyard.
Oh, gross! No! Ew!
I think that comment was a bit unnecessary, Melody. And this is coming from me.
Jericho's single tear is just like, do you think that he's my type and you're not my type? No, that wasn't what I wanted to get. Oh no.
Oh no. This has gone very, very wrong.
Please! I rolled a 14 in Savvy! This wasn't about where we're supposed to lead me!
Alright. That being said, with a 14, you continue searching, being very careful to keep the angle of your search away from Chance now. Yeah. But even with 7 people digging through the trash, you realize, wait a second. If PXML and Compass have the signal and they're not picking up anything, even though we're digging through all this, maybe this is not the right junkyard.
Okay, you know what? We have 2 robots here. Hey, robo friends. Perhaps we should start traveling and following your signals and see where we end up.
That might be a very good idea.
Watch it be on the other side of the goddamn moon.
Calling it how it is.
No moon.
Not yet picked up a signal here. This awaits a lifetime.
I swear, I thought this was the right one. Could have misread the ritual. There was a whole lot of smog around. Maybe we could have muddled the signals, but I thought this was the right one.
I'm sure you did your best. Compass! How about you do a scan and see where we end up, huh?
I can try my best. Scanning. Scanning.
Alright. Make a win roll, Compass.
Oh gosh.
Inspiring leader!
Yeah! I mean, I'll take it just in case.
Sure, so either one of those would be an 11, and 10 is what's needed to succeed. Alright. So, good news is, you do pick up the signal. It is nowhere close to this particular junkyard. Based on the map you have of Cryon 8, it is in the middle of a very large active factory.
Oh, beautiful.
I have good news and I have bad news.
Okay, proceed, Compass.
The good news is I have gotten a signal and I know where it could be.
All right, great. Let's go. Where is
Bad
it?
news.
I point in the direction. It is in a factory.
Well, it's not gonna find itself.
Everyone in the junkyard except PXML starts getting hails on their communicator.
Pick up.
Hello there. I recognize this is the dead of night, but I realize it's important to all of you, hence why you're all included in this communication.
Yes.
I have found an artifact that matches up with the description of the piece shared to me, Captain Jericho.
Okay, where is it?
I am keeping it for study at Factory 0907.
Can we have it?
Further experimentation is required.
The AI is not enough to convince you, is it?
It is not. Regardless of how tempting an offer it is, the information I have been given points to one thing. I struggle to obtain as many of these pieces as possible between organics, who would use it to, as legends describe, be a weapon against thought space. You can understand my hesitance in allowing this.
Well, that should have nothing to do with you.
I live in far space. It has everything to do with me.
Doesn't have to go in your direction.
Have you any guarantee it will not, Captain Jericho? No. I studied your files. You do not seem like the responsible type. The type who has a situation under control. And if simple situations are your control so easily, I see little reason why a superweapon should be entrusted to you.
I think you'll find that I'm more than capable. If it's that serious, thank you very much. You're not the target. Well, that's a goddamn shame.
That it is. You should know, however, I feel very confident in telling you where the piece is kept. There is no other machine on this planet who would dare taking it from me, so if anything were to happen, I know exactly the organics responsible.
Glad to hear that. By all means, fill me in.
On what? I've already told you the location. I've already told you I will be studying it. And I believe I have inferred one should not be disturbed in this process.
Fair.
You've made your feelings on the matter loud and clear. Thank you for the information.
Thank you for your business. Might I suggest you return to the tavern? Sleeping in a junkyard does not seem like it would be pleasant for guests.
I appreciate the thought. Thanks.
Goodbye, Jericho. I will
Goodbye,
have
T-Bag.
an assessment of your ship and its flaws soon.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
And T-Pack hangs up. Slowly, Malady and Grail put down their communicators. There's a moment of silence. Malady looks over. Are we doing a robot heist?
Yeah, we're doing a robot heist.
We should, but one thing
Seems
to
like
keep
we're
in
doing
mind, one thing to keep in mind, Captain, is that our ship is kind of predisposed currently, and being worked on by the person we would be heisting.
Yeah, I would want my ship to be out of, at least capable of leaving the bay before committing to a heist. So we would need some time.
We are doing the heist?
Yes.
Of course we're doing the first. Of course we're doing the fucking robot heist. What do you take me for? I'm a pirate. Of course we're doing a fucking robot heist.
And we are a little bit under time, but Robot Heist is the best ending we're probably gonna get this session, so I'm calling
Fair
it
enough.
here.
No, that's a good spot. I like this. I'm good for robot heist. Hang on, I have to call my fiance really quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you in 2 weeks for Robot Heist. In the meantime, coming up, there is Call of Cthulhu, there is Sunday Stream, and there is Fallen Empires. But we shall see you in 2 weeks for more Strangers to the Stars. Stay tuned, space travelers.